David Attenborough never needed to shout to be heard. He never needed armies of followers, viral controversy, or moral crusades. What he needed, and what he gave, was something far rarer: consistent, undiluted truth. In an age of spectacle, politicized storytelling, and fast-burning media cycles, he remains the unbroken line, a figure whose quiet endurance and absolute clarity of purpose echo the discipline and legacy of the Spartans. Born in 1926, David Attenborough came of age during a time when the world was only beginning to grasp the fragility of its natural wonders. At the age of 28, he joined the BBC and began what would become a lifelong mission: to explore the planet not for conquest or glory, but to show it as it truly was: raw, untouched, magnificent, and increasingly under threat. Through series like Life on Earth, The Living Planet, Planet Earth, and Blue Planet, Attenborough didn't just show us animals and ecosystems. He reintroduced us to the world we live in, often for the first time. His voice became a global constant, a calm whisper threading through volcanic plains, glacial deserts, rainforests, and ocean trenches. And yet, it was never about him. That, too, is Spartan. The mission is everything. The man disappears into it. While others sought fame, relevance, or institutional favor, Attenborough sought only to bear witness to the ice melting, to the forests falling, to the species vanishing. And he did so without preaching or posturing, just with evidence, just with truth. In a media landscape increasingly shaped by ideological undertones and geopolitical pressures, even within the once sacred walls of the BBC, his documentaries stand as perhaps the last bastion of apolitical storytelling. Across the decades, many of his BBC peers, even the most respected journalists and filmmakers, have seen their work gradually colored by the shifting interests of the state, the urgency of soft power, or the subtle currents of national branding. But Attenborough's Nature films have remained untouched by this drift. They are the only form of documentary still universally regarded as neutral, rooted not in politics, but in biology, ecology, and awe. When the BBC was still the envy of the documentary world, it was because of this objectivity, this idea that truth could be told without favor, that a camera could capture rather than distort. That tradition has faded in many corners, but not where Attenborough walks. His work remains, to this day, the purest expression of the BBC's original mission: to inform, to educate, to enlighten, without bending to power. And that is no small thing, because neutrality in this world is a battle. It's a battle against pressure, against expectation, against the seduction of shaping the narrative to fit the moment. Attenborough fought that battle not with aggression, but with consistency. Not with rage, but with patience. Like a Spartan scout who maps the terrain not to exploit it, but to understand it, he walked the earth with a camera and let it speak. He has witnessed the slow degradation of ecosystems, the steady warming of oceans, the relentless advance of extinction. And only later in life, when the data was irrefutable and the silence of others became too loud, did he begin to speak directly on climate. Even then, he did so not with fury, but with clarity. His speeches at COP26, his narration of a life on our planet, and his urgent messages to younger generations were not calls to arms, but reminders of consequence. You cannot cheat nature. You cannot conquer it. You can only live in alignment with it, or fall. Now approaching a century in age, Attenborough stands as a quiet monument to dedication, to restraint, to duty. In every scene of a predator stalking its prey, a glacier calving into the sea, a bird weaving a nest with impossible precision, there is a quiet lesson. Observe, understand, respect. These are not just lessons in ecology. They are lessons in life, Spartan lessons. No one gave David Attenborough a sword. He chose a camera instead. And over 8 decades, he used it not just to reveal the world, but to protect it, slowly, faithfully, relentlessly. He reminds us that warriors come in many forms. Some fight battles you'll never see. Some do it with silence, with science, with awe. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage, because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.